Alright, what is up, y'all? Today was a light day, hella light, $730 made. This is, let me show you guys the exact profit right there. That's the exact profit. P&L date 730, P&L open 730. Very, very simple. And now I'm going to show you guys my entry and why potentially you guys didn't enter off this, or why you guys got manipulated today, or why you're just a shitty trader. You know what I'm saying? So, first, let's look at this is my trade exactly. NQ, similar price movement. I'm gonna explain to you guys on NQ how your price movement should have been. Anyway, a lot of you shorted this, right? And honestly, that makes no sense to me. Like, guys, we have CPI today, right? Wednesday, 9/10, and a lot of you out there are genuinely shorting the market after the CPI candle. Market just opened. The first thing you guys want to do is short it. If you guys took a short on the 1045 macro, which I forward tested, I didn't actually guys forward tested it. You could have took it. You could aim for lower. One of my students took the exact same trade. I'll show you guys right here. Just fucking right here. See that? Faisal, the strategy is broken. Right here, this is my exact trade. Or this was the exact trade. He took a 1045 macro. Perfect. He understands strategy. But this is besides the point. We're going to first get into this one, and then we can say what we could have done on 1045 macro on NQ. I'll do that one on NQ because I forward tested NQ. So, and I'll also go over this on NQ as well. Because if you're trading futures, then you should be trading NQ. But I took this trade specifically on options, but I'm going to go over both right now, and because I traded both. So, first, what do we have? We have this displacement candle that causes a huge fair value gap, a huge imbalance in the charts, caused from CPI. CPI candle, 8:30 news, huge. All right. Now where does market open? Okay, let's go back. It's so easy today. Market opens right here. Okay, so what we need is we want to wait for market to see how it treats this zone right here. Okay, potentially honestly, I wouldn't have shorts today. It's either I'm entering longs in the 645 macro or I'm not entering at all because I'm not going to go against the CPI candle. See how huge this imbalance is? A lot of you guys, some of you guys got stopped out, right? Because you guys traded against the CPI candle. Why would you guys trade against the CPI candle? You guys have to wait for market to at least fill it or reject it, treat it in some way, and then you could trade against it. You get what I'm saying? So that's why the first macro you should not be trading against it, even if it inverses it. Okay, see, market's trying to fill in this imbalance that's created, this huge imbalance. All this is liquidity that market just caused a huge gap on probably the 1 hour or something, and market just wants to fill it in real quick. So we're gonna see market is doing that. Okay, we tap back into this imbalance. Okay, but we have no displacement towards the downside. Honestly, that would have even been a bad trade if we had displacement off the imbalance, but we didn't. So we reverse through. What are we creating? Lows. Okay. Nothing crazy is happening. Okay, now the macro open, macro just open. Alright, macro just open, 945 macro. Now we're gonna see, we're gonna take any entries at all. We have some displacement here, but it's not entries, not displacement below the zone. Market is just consolidating at this point, so I didn't take a trade in the first macro. Some of you guys took a trade in the first part of the macro. You got fucked. There you go. So this is the only type of displacement where it's permissible, honestly. This wouldn't even have been like actually no, it would have been a pretty bad trade just because your RR would have been cooked since it's all the way down here and all the way up here. So it hit TP, it would have hit TP, but your RR would have been cooked, so it wouldn't be a permissible trade. And same thing, you don't want to take short because CPI candle's right here and it's gonna fuck you up. So honestly, that you shouldn't be taking that shit in general. So now what is it? 954, and then boom. So now we're displacing up. Now we're about to hit 10 a.m. and then we had displacement right there. This is my entry. My entry was displacement over after market manipulated, had a whole bunch of manipulation right here. We had, let me just show you exactly AMD, accumulation, manipulation, and now I'm going to enter for distribution. So right when candle displaced over this high with speed and efficiency, I took a trade while the candle was going. Let me see, right there, that was my exact TP, or that was my exact order, aiming for these highs Stop loss at the candle open. Optimal trade right here, very, very simple. And now I'm just entering off speed and efficiency, waiting for the market to play out. And you could have even went higher realistically if you really wanted to fill in higher liquidity because the market just kept pumping up. But that was my exact entry, very, very simple, very, very easy. While you want NQ, same thing. Let's go to NQ real quick. What happened? We had, where is it? Oh, I'm the 1 hour right now. Maybe make my face smaller, bro. Why is my face so big right now? Okay. We had 1 minute. Go to right here. Boom. Displacement candle. What do we have? Market accumulating in the zone. A lot of you guys got manipulated here. Some of you guys actually you could have right on market. Where did macro open? 9:45. We had no displacement at all. I mean, you guys could have potentially entered this aim for these lows, but again, there's just cooked RR honestly, and you're trading against CPI. Just don't trade against CPI. You know what I mean? Like genuinely, if the CPI news and you're trading macro open the opposite, it's just dumb. Just don't trade at all. If CPI is saying we're going up, just don't trade against CPI news. Very, very simple rule. And a lot of you guys keep fucking this up for some reason. But you guys on NQ, what could you have done? Right after market had all this manipulation, right after swept liquidity, what could we have done? We could have waited for this market structure shift to get, or not that one actually, sorry. This one. And then speed and efficiency, enter, aiming 1-to-1. Most people who took this trade. Potentially aiming for these highs right here. You don't have to be greedy. You could have aimed higher, but just don't be greedy. Stop loss at these lows. Or you could have, stop loss at these lows. For 1-to-1, there's better ways you can set stop loss and TPs, but I'm just trying to get you guys the overall idea of why I enter these trades. Very simple. Very, very simple. 1-to-1, give it a 1. Now, let's look at it overall. What happened in Q? What do we have? Accumulation, manipulation, and then distribution. Obviously, market didn't go fully up with the zone. Eventually, just rebalanced into this displacement candle and just tapped down. That's why 1045 macro would have been a good entry. But for this part of the trade, you guys should be trading with CPI, especially at the first macro. Wherever the nearest news is. For example, 1045, there's 1030 news, 1045 macro, you should be trading with however the news moves. You know what I'm saying? Very, very simple rules, guys. Very, very simple rules. So, optimal entry in the macro would have been this right here. Very, very simple. Let's go NQ. Let me show you guys how you guys could have answered on 145 macro, which I forward tested this. Where is it? So what do we have? Tapped into right here, this fair value gap. And what do we have? Market comes in, sweeps, causes a whole bunch of liquidity down here. You guys could have took an entry. Right speed efficiency, right there. Aiming for, ideally, this is the exact trade that I would have took, me personally. Could have aimed for these lows, their stop loss at these highs. This would have been a perfect trade actually. Took a minute to play out, but it would have played out. It's very, very simple. Market just keeps coming back to the zone, and it tapped back into this imbalance. See, while I was watching this play out, because I forward tested this exact trade, came back to this imbalance, kind of just right there. But really, what sold it was that we had an order block eventually, and it was honestly optimal, very, very optimal. There's no way market was gonna pump up. So yeah, and then the market just keep coming into rebalances, like right here. Tapped in, like while I was watching this, I was like, damn, bro, can this shit just play out? Came in, tapped into this fair value gap. Just a lot of rebalances, but the point is, it played out. That's the trade that I would have took on from 45 macro, and one of my students did, and they won. Strategy's OP, never fails to work. It's not pattern trading. We trade on impulse, and that's why it's so good, so good. If you missed this entry, you could have answered right off this imbalance. You get what I'm saying? If you missed the exact 445 entry, you Could wait for markets can come back into this imbalance. Would wait for displacement candle. Displacement right there. With speed and efficiency. Boom. Enter. And then you can aim for there. The previous low. Or you can aim top this gap. Whatever you like. Very simple. 1 to 1.55. Honestly, I would say aim for more of a 1 to 1. You could have just gone for these highs. You still would have won. Strategy always works. It's in the macro, external range liquidity. Remember, you guys want to look for PXH and PXL though at first. I'm over that on my Discord and how you can find that. All of it's very, very simple. Cash at $730 doing this today. Whoever's not on the Discord is missing out. The strategy is literally broken. It works every single time. Every single time. But for some reason, you guys just fail. And I'm obviously leaving out a whole bunch of sauce right now. There's a reason why I'm just kind of briefly explaining this, because if I just put it all right now, then what the fuck is the point of Discord? You feel me? So you guys gotta join the Discord. That's all I'm gonna say. Stop having an ego and thinking that you don't need a mentor, because you do need a mentor, and that's the reason why you're unprofitable. Speedrunner profitability. I was in the exact same place as you. I had an ego, but eventually I gave in, got a mentor, and I sped on my profitability. So yeah, remember guys, journal every day. That's the most important thing. I haven't journaled this trade yet, but I've been on top of my journaling. And then, you see that first 3 days, look at that. Account balance is skyrocketing. We're doing insane on the account. Let's get it, guys. I'm going to size up probably tomorrow after tomorrow for my next trade, because these are my first 3 trades. I haven't traded. This is my after. I've been trading for a month because I was actually working on TreadNoble in this exact app. So that's why my sizing is slow right now. My usual ones would be like 5K, 4K. So right now it's just low sizing. But yeah, I'll catch y'all. Take care. Easy trade, easy day. Yeah. And also, I posted my weekly outlook on the Discord. I'm telling you guys what days you trade, what days are going to be high probable, what days are going to be low probable. And yeah. And I'll just, market's going to consolidate that day in the macro or whatever. Okay, well, love y'all. Join Discord if you're not in it. And yeah.